This video explains how to draw a ggplot2 plot with two different continuous color ranges in the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. In this video I will show you an example, and for this example we first need to create two data frames, as you can see in lines 2 to 8 of the code. So in lines 2 to 3 of the code I'm creating our first example data frame called data1. And we can use the head function, as you can see in line 4 of the code, to print the first 6 rows of this data frame to the console at the bottom of RStudio. And as you can see, our data frame contains two columns called x1 and y1, and both of these columns contain random numeric values. Similar to that, we can also create our second data frame, as you can see in lines 6 and 7. And we can print the head of this second data frame to the console as well by running line 8 of the code. And then you can see that our second data frame also contains two numeric columns. However, these columns are called x2 and y2. Now, if we want to draw our data in a ggplot2 plot, we also need to install and load the ggplot2 package, as you can see in lines 10 and 11. I have installed the package already, so for that reason I'm just going to load it with line 11 of the code. And then, in order to draw two different color scales in our plot, we also need to install and load the package ggNewscale. And we can do that, as you can see in lines 13 and 14 of the code. I have installed this package already, so for that reason I'm just going to load it with line 14 of the code. And then in the next step, we can use the functions of the ggplot2 and ggNewscale packages to draw our plot with different continuous color ranges. And we can do that by specifying the ggplot function first. Note that within the ggplot function, I'm not specifying any arguments. And then I'm adding to this the gOnPoint function, because I want to draw a scatter plot of our data. And within the gOnPoint function, I'm specifying our first data frame and the aesthetics and the color based on our first data frame. And then I'm using the scale color gradient function to specify a lower end and a higher end of our continuous color range. And then I'm using the new scale color function, which is provided by the ggNewscale package, to tell the ggplot2 package that I want to start a new color range. And then after I have added the new scale color function, I'm adding another call of the gOnPoint function. And in this call of the gOnPoint function, I'm specifying our second data frame. And then, as for the first data frame, I'm specifying the scale color gradient function. And this time I'm using the color yellow as the lower end of the range and the color red as the higher end of the color range. So after running lines 16 to 21 of the code, you can see at the bottom right of RStudio that our plot is shown. And as you can see, our plot shows two different color ranges. So the green to blue color range in the background is representing our first data frame data1. And the yellow to red color range is representing our second data frame data2. And as you can see on the right side of the plot, the two legends are identifying our two columns, y1 of the first data frame and y2 of the second data frame. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.